Welcome back, Arthod. Thank you for joining everybody. So this is a follow-up from my original top 10 tips and tricks for Rimworld. This will be 15 more tips and tricks for the game Rimworld. Okay, so right now in this world, as you can see, it is actually not the world we're going to be doing these tips and tricks in. Well, not primarily. This is just a map I'm currently playing in my campaign on this channel. So make sure to check that playlist out. It'll be in the description or probably at the end of this video. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Bye bye. Tip number 1. Getting a freezer up and running is essential for the game. It is a very important thing that you highly prioritize, since you know not having one will most likely contribute to a colonist breaking, and an even more important factor, it will make your food not go bad and rot. It is very easy to do. It's basically just an isolated room that has a cooler in one of its walls, and well, it's probably also smart to make an airlock so that the cold air doesn't leak out whenever a colonist opens the door. Tip number 2. If you just started with the game, you can actually, like if you spawned in a place filled with like some ruins that you can claim them for your own colony and use them as your home, well, as a beginning for your base. Tip number 3. If Mechanoids attack you, make sure to defeat the one with an Inferno Cannon first, to avoid receiving too much damage. Also remember to harvest the useful body parts from a scyther, such as the scyther blade, before putting it down. Those can be sold for quite a price. Tip number 4. A Killzone with spam turrets is way more efficient than manually killing enemies raiding your colony. So make sure to build a killing zone early on. Tip number 5. If you don't have the materials to build a good a killing zone, then just place a few turrets and make sure that your colonists are behind it so that they won't get shot from the actual turrets. Tip number 6. Sleeping areas are not beds. Sleeping areas act exactly the same way as merely sleeping on the ground. It only tells them where to sleep on the ground. Quickly get beds and rooms going, since they will help keeping your colony stability up and avoid colonist breaking. Tip number 7. This tip will only work in some cases and might not even work at all. If a colonist has broken and is unstable, you can capture him and make him a prisoner. Just make sure that once he is fully healed and no longer angry, that you release him. You can just release him, because since he is part of your colony, he won't escape. He'll just stay in the colony. Tip number 8. If you do not have any weapons to equip your colonists with during a raid, then you can just make them equip a good log from wood. This will surely help you whenever you get attacked. Tip number 9. Tell your cook to drop meals after they are made, rather than taking them to the best stockpile. This will make the cook much more efficient, since he only needs to grab the food required to cook the meal, and not actually grab the food, the raw food, make the meal, and then put the meal somewhere. Tip number 10. If you for some reason want to remove random buildings on your map, remember to also remove the floors, just because it looks much better to also remove the floors, and you'll also get even more resources out of the buildings. Tip number 11. Even if you don't like going hunting Lobes, because they will explode when you kill them, their leather is actually quite valuable. A good tip is actually to kill them while training, so they won't burn their drops and everything around them. Tip number 12. Manhunter packs are very dangerous. Make sure to forbid doors when manhunters come. This typically goes with another tip that is actually not mentioned here. It is a very good thing to connect your rooms all together, so you only need like one door that leads to the outside. This will make it so the entire base is actually like a room in its own, so that a colonist doesn't have to go outside and then into a whole other room just to get food, so that when cold snaps or heat strokes come, like manhunter packs, it won't actually affect much, since they'll just be inside their actual base. Tip number 13. If you have a freezing room, or in general just a room that needs temperature isolation, the best possible temperature room isolator in Rimworld is actually a room which walls is 2 blocks wide, like this I've just shown you in the video. That is actually the most efficient way to isolate a room in this game. Tip number 14. The best way to deal with these annoying mechanoid ships that randomly fall from the sky and ruin your base is actually just to place incinerary bombs, or I think they're called, they're just, they're some kind of bombs beside the ship before triggering it. So you just place the bombs, and then you get some colonists to snipe it from long distance, and the mechs that spawn from that ship will actually blow up and die. And if there are some surviving, like you can see in this video, then they'll just get destroyed by your turrets. Tip number 15. While just getting started, you should prefer bases that are close to roads. When you need to form a cavern, for example, they will move faster on road channels, so it actually helps the caravans to move faster, since roads are just beside your base. Anyways, those are the 15 tips I had for you today. Make sure, if you've not already watched my previous Rimworld tips and tricks, to go watch it, because there will actually be 10 more tips and tricks in that video. Also, make sure to check out my upcoming series, which is going to be ice sheet at a really bad temperature. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, and I'll be seeing you all next time. Bye bye.